Hey, what's going on, guys? We have another property. We're gonna go inside to check it out real quick. So this is 501 Moorpark Way. I'm gonna drop it off right here. Let's go. Actually, I was gonna do the thing that I did last time with all the B-rolls and cutscenes and all that stuff, but it started sprinkling outside, so that's gonna be a no. So we're just gonna get started. Okay, so I have a little bit of a backstory about this house, but before I get into that, I gotta talk about some terminologies first. A listing agent is the agent that first gets into contract with the seller to sell their home, and then a selling agent, which is what you guys would know as the buyer's agent. A selling agent is the one that helps the buyers get financing, or if they already have financing, it's all cash or whatever. That agent will help that buyer submit an offer in order to purchase that house. So, a little backstory about how we got this house as a listing. Okay, so now that you know the terminologies, here's the full story, okay? I was hosting an open house for a listing agent, and I was hoping to become a selling agent for whoever walks into the open house. Usually, that's how it works for how open houses work around here. So if you see like someone else that's hosting that open house and it's not the listing agent that's shown on the for sale sign on the front, then most likely they are helping that agent by hosting the open house for the seller, and which is great for the seller. It's awesome for the listing agent because let's say, for example, the listing agent has like, I don't know, 20 homes at that time. How are they going to be able to host 20 homes on the exact same day? So that's where you have teams like myself to host open houses for them and secure the buyers that come in, and as well as keep the seller happy, knowing that their home is being marketed properly. So in order for us to get this house for sale, we were submitting an offer for one of the buyers that came to that house that I was hosting an open house at. The issue was that there were already multiple offers coming in. And in order for me to do better than any of the other offers, I had to not give away my secret sauce. But so we got the buyer for this house. So it's kind of like a chain. So the seller of this house needed to buy a house over there that I was hosting an open house at. And in order for them to buy that house, they had to sell this house. And I had another buyer come in that wanted to buy this house to fix it up and then potentially sell it again. But again, when they bought this house, they paid the seller of this home a little bit more than the seller that originally bought this house, a little bit more than how much they originally purchased this house for, and in a very short amount of time. So the previous seller of this home bought this for a little bit less than it's currently valued at, and then the new buyer came in, bought it for a little bit higher. It was just kind of like that's just kind of how it worked out. So, luckily, we are closing next week. Let me tell you, it was a long journey. It was a whole bunch of stuff that was going on. I thought real estate was just straightforward. I've seen like other other like realtor YouTubers mention about like cluster messes, and let me tell you, I did not ever think that I would get put into one because I wasn't in the industry long enough. I mean, I've had my license for a while, but I haven't actually like put my hands and I guess do this full time really. I've just kind of been like, getting nibbles here and there. But yeah, no, it's a different story when you do it full time. Okay, part timer, it's okay. Full time, geez, it is only a matter of time until you get into a cluster mess. To recap, the seller of this home needed to sell their home in order to purchase the other home. My buyer came in, bought this house. After the funds closed for this house, it went over to that house, and now we're closing next week. Cool. I thought everything was going to be super simple, straightforward, but I guess that's just how it worked. Whenever you have a realtor, make sure that they're actually doing some due diligence work. Some things are pretty straightforward, as they should be, but when things aren't, you need to have a good realtor. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents for what you should probably do when you purchase a house or when you sell a house as well. So as a seller, there's going to be some headaches, and if you already experienced it, you are a seller and you see this video, tell me about what your story is, because I am so interested right now. I went from part-time realtor to full-time because of how interesting things turned out. Okay, so I really want to hear what your stories are. So if you guys can, just let me know. That's gonna be pretty much it about this. Oh yeah, I forgot to sell the house. It's a 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom. It's space rent is $845 a month. The master bedroom is partitioned in half. So basically, you can have your kids living into the master bedroom, and then you can take the second room as I guess your parents' room if you wanted to. Or you can remodel this main living room and then add a room here, but then it'd have to be permitted. Definitely just mention that to whoever you're going to purchase this from in the future, anyways. Or if you guys are keeping it the way it is, cool. But yeah, and whenever you do any kind of construction, just make sure you have permits for it, or you have permission from the park. Okay, don't just do it, please. The park needs to know. Let them know. If they find out later, it's going to be bad. Okay. But yeah, for any of the parks out there, if you guys are watching this too, I'm also advocating for you guys because sometimes tenants do things and you don't know about it, and you are the landlord. Basically, you really are. We're paying space rent for it. You are the landlord, literally. So yeah, I'm advocating for both sides to be fair. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the story here about this house. If you guys want to buy it, it's being listed for $375,000. Yeah, $375,000, Mountain View, California. Yeah, the address is here. So yeah, so far the offers that came in: 350 cash, 360 loan and cash, and then potentially another cash for 360 as well. Because I showed the house this morning to a private individual that signed up with me. So most likely by the time you watch this video, it's already sold. But if you're looking for a realtor, here's my contacts. Anyways, see you guys.